Before working in the student shop, a student must wear the proper attire. No hats, tie back the hair, no safety goggles, safety glasses, no necklaces, no wristbands, no crop tops. It is important to wear tight-fitting clothing that will properly cover the body and protect from metal chips. Walking into the student shop, you will see many machines. First and foremost, we're going to start with the vertical milling machine. To set up your part, you must first put it in the vise. Typically, you would hammer it down, but I'm one-handed, so I'm just tightening it up in the vise. And then you can move on your x-axis. And also, you can move on your y-axis. This is very slow, and it can be very hard to keep a consistent movement. There are many parts to a machine. First and foremost, how do we move it? Or at least the head of the machine. To move the head, you press the -Z button on the control panel to go down. Picking out some of the more important parts of the machine, I will release the brake on the quill, pull the handle down to move the quill down, and then when I'm done using the quill, I will lock the brake back in place. Next, there is the high gear and low gear. Low gear is for more torque. High gear is for a faster spindle speed. This can be accomplished by pulling the handle on the side of the machine and moving it into gear. It is important to remember when in low gear to reverse the spindle. As you can see, it's very hard to turn, i.e. it has more torque. Now, to put the machine back into high gear, sometimes you have to spin the spindle because it's a gear mechanism and the gears have to line up. To load a tool, there's a green release valve and then an in and out valve. You press on the in button and it loads the tool. Make sure when you take out the tool that you hold the tool steadily, otherwise you will drop it. Now, there's a lot more to a CNC machine than just moving with the X and Y axis by hand. You can always power feed, and which is what I'm exemplifying here. With the green button, you will begin your power feed, and to stop your power feed, you can hit feed hold. Now, of course, you're not always just feeding. You have to have the spindle on. So to hit the green button up at the top, it will turn the spindle on. That will tell you your spindle RPMs. As you can see, the spindle is spinning. Now, to turn it off, you will hit the red button next to the green button at the top, not the red button at the bottom of the machine. That will stop your program. Now, you don't always spin at one speed. You need to increase and decrease your RPMs depending on your materials. So to increase, you hit the plus button, and to decrease, you hit the minus button. The most important button on the machine is the big red button at the bottom. This is what we call the E-stop. If the spindle is on and you are feeding and cutting material and you hear something bad or it just doesn't sound right, you can hit the E-stop and it will stop the spindle, the feed, and every electronic power at the tool.